Alright, welcome back to the series with Kazaghal. I just did the previous recording yesterday, and I am looking forward to actually checking out Balhar Duel a little bit more. Oh, I don't know, I was looking up in the northwest. I might check out that area too, but I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's a goblin area, and I think it might have even been the goblin area that was the original goblin starting zone, just like how the high elf starting zone used to be Loch Modan before I ever got into Turtle Well. But I think it'd be a better fit for my goblin hunter to go over there, but we'll see. Maybe I'll check it out on this character. But at the very least, I knew I wanted to check out Balhar Duel, so I'm gonna pretty much throw myself right into it. There is a lot of quests from what I remember, and I'm gonna be walking around through the entire town just to make sure I get every single one of them. I don't remember what they all do. I did read them all in my off camera after I sorted out my bags a little bit more, but so let's start with you. The Ornate Windshear Gemstone. Have you heard the tale of the Ornate Windshear Gemstone? It really is a wonder of prospecting, I tell you what. It is told by rumor that those venture company hooligans up and dug some rare crystal deep beneath Stonetalon, one that glimmered a deep and shiny red. You see, I ain't out here to see the sights. No, bah, this place be more ugly than Westfall, and trust me, I've been there. If I want a chance to get out of this hellhole, it lies in that Windshear Gemstone, and I want my hands on it. Let's say you make your way down to the Windshear mine down in the crag and do old Flint Hammer a favor, huh? I'll give you something in return. How about that to spice up a deal? Doesn't say what he's gonna give me, so I'm kind of curious, but I'm doing the quest no matter what. Alright, now from the only, the only night elf. I was gonna say the only non-dwarf, but we'll see that there's somebody else. Pursuing harmony. Our new neighbors certainly are quite an interesting bunch. The dwarves here in Balhar Duel have been quite gracious in their hosting. I am Malaran, a delegate on behalf of Stonetalon Peak, sent to make sure the natural order is not disturbed. I will admit I held caution when I first arrived, but thus far, White Peak has been fairly respectable. This has left me to pursue my real purposes. Beneath us, to the west, the Venture Company has laid unmarked terror to the fabric of nature, and I wish to see if the local deep moss have been affected. Travel to the west and gather me a pristine deep moss brain. I will use it for study.
May the stars guide you.
Now, some of these quests I'm not sure if I want to try to do all of them because they're all like, they're all in Stonetalon. They're all new. I believe they're all new. I'm assuming there's no characters that were like moved. But, some of them I remember, like I know from this guy, it's going to send me out to the west. And other than difficulty-wise, I'm not sure when I'll get to it. It might be in the next one, but it's also the sheer amount of quests. It might be more than just this video, which would be okay. A flickering flame. Why, hello there. What, shocked to see a gnome so far west? Well, you should be. There isn't many of my kind so far from home. Or, well, what used to be home. Either way, I'm looking to conduct experiments now that I have some time and space to myself. The first of which requires some flammable and quite dangerous materials. Far to the west is a place called the Charred Vale. It is there that roving flame elementals can be found. From them, I'd like to acquire something called a flickering flame. Get it from me, and I'll make sure you're compensated.
Right.
Alright. Pick up the quest out here. Let's start with you.
Great to meet
The
you.
Cursed Bramblethorn Pass. And that's one of the ones that are going to send me back that way too. Perched above Balhar Duel is the dreaded Bramblethorn Pass, occupied by Quillbore and their haunted kin. The wayward spirits have caused us all sorts of trouble and have had us on high alert since we arrived. We could use someone to disperse the spirits to let our limited mountaineers a chance to rest. You can find them just to the southwest up the slope. Head up there and deal with them for us.
Keep your feet on the ground.
One thing I will say before I go into any more, pick up any more quests, I was thinking a little bit. I'm not saying I'm gonna do this, but seeing how Balhar Duel looks in the area being like a reddish mountains, but oh damn it! One thing I was slow starting this character. I was gonna start it earlier, but I was trying to figure out who I was gonna send these stuff to, which I can get to that later. But there was a tin and a copper vein down there that I wanted to get to, and I was like, nah, because I was going back and forth whether I was gonna play right then and there, so didn't want to mine it when I was gonna go down there for a quest. But anyways, this whole area is good for copper and tin, and this is an area that I feel like my dwarf would like to be in, even if it's not as beautiful as certain areas. I still need to think about where his ancestral home is, no matter what, whether it's going to be a Loch Modan or Wetlands. They're both good areas, and they're both areas I could still consider his home, because I remember talking about this on this character a long time ago. And I did think about Balehar Duel, but I think I can't remember if I mentioned it or not. I did learn of it back then. I did almost forget about it, I will admit, though. But I don't think I talked about it too much, because I wanted it to kind of be a surprise, more or less, when I got around to it. And I almost forgot about it, like I said. But I think this is a nice area, and especially because there's a dwarven settlement already, this might be a good area for him to have his, like, home, more or less. Later on, though. Much later on. But get back to pick up all the quests. I like Vault Shield. I'm not sure if I even checked your quest.
Well met.
The Sputtervalve Conductor. My beauty, trapped in a sea of vultures. I am a brave dwarf, but if I ever want to fly again, I can't go risking my life now, can I? You look like someone who knows a thing or two about slaying vultures and Sputtervalve Conductors. The eyes of Harlock can spot talent when he sees it. My flying machine is down below. I was doing some repairs before me and Farmer Segwar were attacked, you see. Sadly, I left behind the Sputtervalve Conductor, a rather valuable part that I was trying to get fixed to do some scouting in the perimeter. I need you to go down to the flight pad and go get the part for me. Do that, and I'll give you a nice drink of ale. Good? Yeah, I saw that at the corner of my eye while I was reading. I was like, wait a second. Is he giving me alcohol as a reward?
Be good.
That is a great reward from a dwarf to a dwarf. That's funny.
Great to meet you. What's on your mind?
Salvaging the crops. Weeks it took to fertilize and toil that ground and make usable soil, all ruined by a flock of buzzards that swooped down and ravaged the place for some fresh feed. Bah, dang dumb buzzards. There may still be some of the crop harvest left, lucky for us. I had just finished bundling it all before those bastards came down and sent me running. Head down the hill toward the farm, kill some to make the rest think twice about freeloading there too long, and gather up 4 bundles of crop harvest, would you? I'm surprised that they're still technically salvagers or scavengers. Sorry, I don't know why I said salvagers, but I always thought they went specifically after like fresh kill or old kill kind of thing, rather than like well, vegetation farming stuff more than anything else. Produce, I should say. But again, they're scavengers. I would imagine they would scavenge whatever they can. That's kind of what they do, but. I always just imagined that they would only come down for meat, which is why I was kind of surprised when I saw that. Makes me think that there's actually going to be like a dead animal down there or something.
How are you?
A Journey for Vengeance. Oh yeah, I remember reading this one. I'm going to come back to that actually, because he's going to read me a story, and I'm going to read that entire thing out loud. And I'm probably going to, I want to read up the rest of the quests I could pick up before I do that. Because I'm going to grab a drink too. I don't know how long it's going to be, but I want to find out. It could be a very short story, but I do like the idea of doing it, so. Is there... I thought there was more quests than this. There's another... No.
How are ya?
Lead Explorer White Peak.
What's on your mind?
I'm gonna read this one, though, because I think he is the leader. It is the lead explorer, after all. Welcome to Balehar Duel. This place was left here from the time of the Third War. Us dwarves contributed to help the Alliance during those times, battling against Orc and Demon alike until the unification in the Battle of Mount Hyjal. This place was left abandoned. We've only just recently arrived to call it home for our future expeditions. We could certainly use the help if you're willing to offer assistance. Exploring in peace. My name is Whitepeak. I lead this group of would-be explorers here to Balehar Duel, and after hearing stories that it still stood. To my surprise, it was workable. There was a lot of cleanup, but now that the work is done, it will be a good base of operations. There is, however, a hitch. The last thing I expected was to have the venture company at our doorstep. That was one detail we did not hear, and now that we are set up, they keep moving more and more people into Windshear Crag. If we ever want to have a chance to explore, do so without constant protection, we will need to remove this threat. Down the hill is Windshear Crag. It is there that the venture company operate. Head down and remove their threat on my behalf.
Watch your back.
Alright. I thought there were more quests, I will say, but I guess I picked them all up already. Not water, just soda, but still good. But yeah.
What can I do for
A
you?
journey for vengeance. Stonetalon. The name brings anger to my core. This is the place my brother died in his fight during the Third War. While I served in Ironforge, he sought glory in these lands, but he did not find what he sought. His tale deserves to be heard. When you are ready, speak with me and I will recount it.
Keep your feet on the ground. No.
I'm ready to hear the story.
Safe travels.
My brother Darnir was a powerful warrior and well respected amongst those he served with. He traveled to these far lands with our family axe and made a name for himself in the battles with the Horde during the Third War. A truce was established between Horde and Alliance as both factions set to head toward Kazaghal. My brother would be one of the last few casualties in this conflict, as a foul orc named Scartusk ambushed him and took our family axe as his own. This orc breathes today, pardoned by the Horde, and still wielding the axe my brother carried, an heirloom to our family. I desire revenge above all else. It was a bit shorter than I was expecting, but that was still good.
How are you?
I like the idea of helping this guy with his vengeance. Now you see why it is I traveled so far? I will reclaim my family's glory. Wrong version of family. It would be the singular family with the apostrophe S. It's families. Yeah, whatever. It doesn't matter. I'm sorry. I am a bit of a grammar fanatic, I guess. I don't mind, but I don't care about seeing misspellings and bad grammar. A lot of reading stuff online, not just Turtle WoW, just things in general. You just kind of get used to reading it all the time. It's not that much of a nitpick, anyways. But my eyes still just notice it. I'm like, that's not right. That's not right. But it's whatever. Like I said, I do like Turtle WoW, even if there are a couple of, like, misspells here and there. It doesn't really pull me from the story or anything. I'm probably pulling more people out of the story by saying this. My family's history is stained, our heirlooms lost in time, and our axe in the hands of an orc who slayed my kin. There is no greater fall for a dwarf, and I must right the wrongs. I have had some luck in tracking this Scartusk, for he is one of the war song, lingering in the forest of Ashenvale just beyond the Talondeep Path to the north. Just past Talondeep Path, head northwestward to the ruins of Stardust. It is there he resides, scouting for the enemy. Bring my family's axe to me and honor my brother. Honestly, I'm kind of glad I didn't go up to Ashenvale to pick up that quest, because I will say, when I saw how many quests were here, I'm like, maybe I won't go up to Ashenvale, but since that quest is actually taking me into Ashenvale, I might actually go out of my way to go pick up the other quest if it's still available. Because it might also give me more of a, it might give me a new quest chain here. Now, these quests are sending me kind of all over the place. I should definitely choose from the green ones first and foremost, which Back on Track is one of them. That's one of the ones I picked up already, as well as the Elemental Cuffs. So, pretty much the two quests I picked up before I got here. But the Bramblethorn, Spirits, and Haunteds are something I'm going to go after. Yeah, why not? It's green. Actually, nope. Let's just decide. I'm going to do one of the yellow quests first. Well, two of them, technically. Sputtervalve Conductor, which will be found down there, and Salvaging the Crops. I don't think anyone's really going to care what order I do it in anyways. Oh, before I forget. Also, next time I go to anywhere near Westfall, I'm probably going to get more Thunderbrew Laggers. I mean, I'm going to be finding some more of the... I just saw the flying machine. I forgot about what the guy said before. Oh, I didn't even have my volume up all the way. One thing I will say, I do like the, with what I was saying about Kazaghal's family's ancestral home. I think I do want to make it the Wetlands. It doesn't really make a big difference which one I do, though. Oh. I guess all three of us were here for that. Wait, what? Oh. I was very disappointed when I saw that it was a druid that was mining, but they're probably still doing it for, right here, Sputter Valve Conductor. But yeah. What's that? Oh, that's just a random dead one. Alright, crop harvest. Bit warm today. It's been warm the last couple days again, but Today, it's not as bad as yesterday or the day before, but it's still warm. I think at the high I was going to get to was 80. Yeah, this is going to be a very easy quest. I'm surprised it's not green, to be honest. I mean, there's obviously a reason for that. It's because the enemies aren't green completely yet. Belhardul. But yeah, one thing I do, the reason why it's not 100% I'm going to have like my Kazaghal's home set here eventually. So I was saying how like because of the copper and tin, it's a good area for it. But the reason why it's not exactly a good thing to assume is because all the metal veins, wherever they are found, it's because of gameplay wise. Like obviously Elwyn has gold and probably has iron too in some places, lore wise it would make sense. But you can only find copper because it's the starting zone. So in that vein, the same vein, this zone probably has more than just copper or tin, and maybe it doesn't have those at all. But it does gameplay wise. But for my character, not even for my character specifically, but since my character still wants to use a lot of copper and tin, it's still a good place for it in that regard. Redridge is another place I was thinking of, but one of the reasons why oh, I already got enough, that's why. One of the reasons why it's hard to decide on an area is because most places don't really mention what you can mine from in the zones wise, because Elwyn in certain zones are one exception, because most mines are actually meant for gold, and in Warcraft that's the only thing you mine for. But and I know in Elwyn the mines are all there for gold in the first place, I'm pretty sure. But part of the reason why I was saying it though is because Redridge Mountains. Now, I don't know geology very well, but I'm pretty sure a lot of red mountains are reddish mountains anyways. Would most likely be from well, they could be arid and dry and that kind of thing, like how Stonetalon is. But a place like Redridge, I would imagine, have like a lot of iron and ironstone or something. I don't know. I don't know geology. I really shouldn't just talk about this stuff. I'm not sure. Grounded, unable to soar the sky, a lament at such dark times. Now let's see. Blasted. It would appear the part took even more damage during my retreat from the assaulting birds. I will need some specialized equipment if I am to have a chance at getting my turbocharged beauty back in the sky. Oh, about that ale. I had one. Sorry about that. A troubled mind is a thirsty mind, as they say. Ah, dang nabbit. I don't have anything to fix this. I suppose I need to find someone who knows a thing or two about marvel engineering on such a delicate part. Oh, that's right, I do know. Tansy Sparkfuse is in town. Somewhere, no doubt, working on something. Find her and see if she can fix the sparta valve. Would you? Sorry, I don't know what's wrong with my speaking right now. I think I'm speaking too fast, having to catch my voice, and then it's throwing off how I'm talking. What the? That's in. No, that's the person I'm turning into.
What can I do for you?
We can't take all day now. If you wait too long, they might eat it all up. Ah, you done it. I'd be a bit too old to fight them off. It's a good thing you came around.
Keep your feet on the ground.
Hey. Good day to you.
Yes? Varghak sent you? This is the 4th time in the past few weeks he's asked for my assistance with parts. That flying machine of his keeps breaking down. Well, that wasn't too hard. All it required was a few wires and some tubing. Varghak is going to have to owe me for all of these favors I am doing for him. Take it to him. He should be pleased.
Very good.
Alright. I think this guy is pretty much trying to make it sound like he actually knows what he's doing engineering-wise, but he's just a pilot. He doesn't actually know how his how to fix it, which is fine. You don't really need to be a pilot to. You don't need to know how a plane works to fly it. Well, I guess you kind of do in a lot of cases, but putting one together isn't completely necessary, I would imagine. Yes. Aha! I am free to fly again. A savant of the skies to soar once more. Thanks to you, Insanity, I am no longer landlocked. Good work, warrior.
Be good. How are you?
Alright, that's those quests done. I'm just gonna sell a couple things I've gotten before I head up to the other area.
See you soon.
So I am going to be doing the Cursed Bramblethorn Pass, and I'm probably going to walk all the way back to turn in the back on track and maybe trying to figure out where those elementals are. Maybe I should have done that off camera too, but whatever. But yeah, I'm going to think more about where I want this character to be and where I'm going to have his ancestral home at, but ooh, tin and copper. Like I said though, this is a great area for mining. So any kind of, well, most territories are good, but mountains in general are always going to be very good for it. But that's one of the reasons why I do like the idea of making this his home eventually. Because I mean, it's not completely like barren. I mean, it's mostly dying, withering away, but there is still life here. Animals to hunt, kind of thing, you know. Oh, I thought I was in range. Bleed, spirit, bleed. I'm sorry, I'm going to say that a lot, no matter what. Making an undead bleed, in general, making an undead bleed doesn't sound like something that should be happening. Corporeal undead make a lot more sense, especially if they either still have blood, even if that wouldn't really impact whether they work or not, or perhaps they're Ichor at that point. Does anyone know if it's pronounced Ichor or Icor? Ichor? I always pronounce it Ichor, and I think it is Ichor, but I don't know. Ichor just doesn't sound right, but the only other way I can think of how to say it, it doesn't sound right to me either, so. Does that sound in here somewhere? Oh, my cat didn't react, whatever it is. There's a box that I still have up here that doesn't even carry anything anymore, but my cat loves it, so I just left it for her. It's been there since I moved in, more or less. Well, not there where I have it specifically, but I moved it to where it's at from it, so where it was before. She was always laying in it and going in it, so I was like, yeah, just let her have it. I have the space for it. It's not in the way, really. Now where it's at is even better than where it was originally. Even when she's just napping in there. Let's eat up. But yeah, so I'm gonna think more about like where I'm gonna have him live eventually. But ancestral home is more important because no matter what, he's a traveler currently, so where he settles down I don't have to decide for a long time, and technically I don't have to decide where his family home's supposed to be either for a long time. That doesn't even need to be decided 100% either. There's no like time limit on it, but it's still something I would rather figure out at some point. Because both Loch Modan and the Wetlands sound like good areas for him. Okay, I need to kill more of these spirits. Oh, scroll strength. You know what? I'm gonna use you first. Strength might be better for when I'm fighting ones that are actually difficult. These ones are still whittling me down quite a bit. But, I mean, technically, I'm pretty sure I could use both scrolls, but I'm not gonna worry about that. So, but outside of Kazaghal, I am probably going to start up my Forsaken Warlock very soon. Like, I'm actually thinking I might stream the beginning of it today, maybe after I'm done with this. Not entirely sure, but that's a good possibility right now, more or less. Yep, I knew I could survive one more fight. But I have to eat up again. Oh, I probably should be using the bandage. Whoops. Oh well. So I'm probably gonna do my Forsaken Warlock after I'm done with this recording. Meaning that this video won't go up for another week anyways. I have the one before this one. It's going up this Saturday if I remember right. So this one should go up this Saturday after. You need to get more food. Well, better food, I should say, I guess. Oh, actually. Fight them after. There's plenty of enemies to fight. I need to remember to actually use that shout a little bit more. Just a little bit. The priest won't. I still have to make a decision on the priest, but the reason why I decided to do my warlock soon is just because I do want to play the character. Whether it might be a waste of time saying it like this, but if I decide I'm gonna stick to playing him or not, I want to play him regardless. And he's the only Forsaken character I have in mind for what I want to do anyways. There might be Forsaken down the road, and I said that in the previous recording, I believe. But I just don't have anything in mind for Forsaken. I want to see their starting zone. I'm not sure if it's changed much, but one of the biggest positives to it will be going over here. I'm pretty sure it's more along the lines of Silver Pines level system, but still, I could check out that area, which I'm pretty sure isn't a thing for the Alliance, that the Alliance can do. I'm remembering to use the shouts now, like the earlier parts of the previous recording. I will need to level up my blacksmithing a little bit more because I want to unlock more stuff to make. I don't want to make these. I don't want to equip these cuirasses because I think the one I have now is better. Yes, it's more stamina and more armor, but the armor's not a big difference. And I'd rather have the strength rather than a couple extra stamina. So, besides, if you're putting the totals together for what I get on my character, that's +4 strength and 3 stamina for 7, whereas I'd be losing out on 2 points in total for just to have 6 stamina. I mean, I would get 4 +4 defense. It's good for like tanking the hits, but I want the damage more than the tanks, and I'm pretty sure that's actually recommended for leveling warriors anyways. Because the less damage you do, it's not gonna be as fun. You're just gonna slowly watch your character die. Not necessarily. It's not that big of a difference. Chances are you'd be fine even if you didn't. But I think if it became a big difference, it'd be a different story. Like if I was like tripling the stamina or something in the armor, that would be worth the change at that point. I think. I would hope, but don't know for sure. Alright, I do need to go for haunted, but I'm pretty sure I can get easier ones than that one. We'll see though. Ah, here's one now. Depending on how long this video goes, I'll probably call it the Bramblethorn Pass since I'll be spending a good amount of time here. Or Balehar Duel. This one might be called Balehar Duel, actually, and whatever I do in the next recording might be. Because I do have a feeling this is going to be long enough just with the few quests I'm doing now. that I'm gonna have to. Oh, one respawn up there. I do think this one's gonna be long enough that I'm gonna have to do some of the other quests later. I'm pretty sure it's only been like 20 minutes anyways. Oh, 32 minutes. Yeah, actually. Yeah, at this rate, I'm probably not gonna get too much done. I will say, if I have more to do with Balehard Duel, I'll probably still do it today before I do any other characters, just because I want to kind of play through the area. Even if I don't do every single one, I want to at least do most of the quests. Especially the one that gave me the story that sent me to Ashenvale. Whether I do that one in this recording or not, that's going to be in the next one at the very least. But chances are, I think once I finish with Bramblethorn Pass in general, I'll be pretty close to a full hour, so I'm not sure what I would do at that point. Maybe I'll go for the Deep Moss Brain, but I'm pretty sure that's near to the pretty sure that's near to the rest of the Venture Co, so I would imagine I would do that in the same one too, but that's also Venture Company. The only one that isn't Venture Company related is the Battlebeard Legacy and Flickering Flame, so maybe I would do the Battlebeard Legacy in this one. It's yellow, but they both are, so it doesn't make that big of a difference. I'm gonna cut through here. Never thought Quillboars were gonna be a big enemy for this character. Then again, I don't really have very many quests to actually fight them. It's just the one quest to pick up the stolen crates and then fighting their ghosts, more or less. Just imagine taking the Bramblethorn Pass for the glory of the dwarves. Nah. Well, I say nah. Did I not pick it up? I just realized. Yep, I'm an idiot. Nah, I'm just gonna charge him. Why not? Oh yeah, you trapped me when I'm in melee range. Unless you're gonna run away from me and hit me from a distance, that's not a problem. Honestly, if an enemy did that, that'd be really obnoxious as a warrior, especially one that can't even equip any ranged weapons. Although it's also obnoxious when they immobilize me right before they die, but whatever. Oh yeah, I forgot I picked up a bunch of bananas. Alright, so pretty much I'm just gonna be walking through here. I'm gonna go for the earth elementals once I turn this quest in, though, I will say. Plus, this quest might give me a follow-up for the Quillboars anyways. So I'm not sure if going this deep was actually a necessity to finish this one. Somebody is over here somewhere. This really is a quite interesting area. I like that they added something like this in Stonetalon. The funny thing is, Stonetalon is probably one of my least favorite zones because in the first place, it is a lot of walking around, but I've never wanted to level in Stonetalon a whole lot. Lork was gonna be doing it very soon, like I said, but and then this character is gonna be doing Balehard Duel. But again, this is Turtle WoW. I wouldn't even have my goblin because otherwise, I would say a druid character. If when I eventually do a druid, they're gonna come to Stonetalon, 100%. A lot of the night elven areas, a druid, I feel like a druid would go to. So, but I say night elven areas. Stonetalon Peak is technically night elven, but I think it's more druid based than night elves. So yeah. Either way, this is a great zone for a druid, I would say. But since I don't play druids a whole lot, it just hasn't came up. But I do have a druid in the future planned. I still have to do. I'm gonna. It's. I don't know. I'm not gonna talk about it too much yet. It will be an alliance druid probably though. So. Mainly because I like the alliance more. Oh. We have to plug that in after. I keep one of the house phones up here, but I rarely ever need to answer it anyways. But I don't have it actually plugged in where it's at right now. It's plugged in the other room, but because I can't see it when I'm on my computer, I can't hear it when I'm on my computer really, specifically with my headset on. I'd like to keep it over here. Okay, apparently this thing's not gonna shut up. Don't think I'm gonna worry about putting a cut in the video. It's just gonna take me 1 second. All right. Sorry about that. Like I said, just a second.
Time is money, friend.
Back on track. Have any luck yet? Ah, finally, a chance to pack up and get back on the road. Here, take some silver for the effort. You may have saved my job.
Have a good one.
I want to keep that one in mind because oh wow, there's the elementals right there. I'm pretty sure if they're saying have some silver,
Time is money, friend.
goblin or not, they would give you silver. So I think that is an error on Sir Well's part. I might actually
Hurry
mention
back.
it. Yes, earth, bleed. Do you even have a liquid to bleed that will leak out if I res it? Yeah, right. Simple britches of the eagle. I'm also going to be sending my characters a lot of clothes. Like this character, I think I sent the wand and the stave. Not stave, sorry, offhand. That's not a stave. Staves are always the two-handed. But the what is it? I sent it to my warlock, and the reason why I was so slow. The reason why I was so slow with doing that kind of thing was because I wasn't sure if I wanted to send it to a priest or my warlock, and I was thinking because the priest needs wands more, it would have been a good idea to send it to her. But I think I decided on chancing it anyways with this. But because I'm not entirely sure, so I'm not entirely sure which priest I'm gonna do right now. Well, anytime soon, I should say. And because there are other avenues of getting a wand anyways, I just thought send it to my warlock because I will use a wand for a little while at first. So it's not like it's useless. And the shadow damage offhand is definitely more useful for my warlock because there's more shadow damage early on. Whereas I think there's only like well, I guess, I don't know. I would have to look at their abilities to know exactly, but pretty sure I'm not going to get too much shadow damage spells early on the priest. I know the Shadow Word Pain and there might be Mind Blast. I don't know exactly. The other thing is I don't know how the what was it? The other thing is that I'm not sure if the well, again, what character I want to do, because one character might be more Shadow Priest, might be more Shadow Priesty, I guess. I just realized Earth Elementals are sometimes mineable, but I guess these ones aren't. It's unfortunate. I never gotten to mine the elementals before. I've gotten to use herbalism on certain elementals, but not mining. I wish I just like looked over here when I got the original quest. I definitely could have done this in the previous recording. I apologize. I'm blind and I'm dumb. Clearly. Look at this view though. Stonetalon Mountains just were never interesting to me. Even with Cataclysm, when they added like the entire like Horde versus Alliance story, I did not like it. I mean, I say I didn't like it. I remember enjoying it more as Horde rather than the Alliance because, you know, the Horde got a lot more, I don't want to say favoritism, but they got a lot more of a focus on Cataclysm. I definitely would have used to have said favoritism, but that's a little narrow-minded, I feel like, saying it that way. I could be, I don't necessarily mean that's wrong at that point, but this Alliance got their ass handed to them throughout Cataclysm. Which I don't really care. Like, having one faction do better than the other one just makes sense. I just prefer Alliance over Horde, so it just sucks when I see Alliance getting their ass handed. But that's one of the reasons why it bothers me most with the Night Elves losing so much during the War of the Thorns. I'm like, I can accept Cataclysm for what it was, for what happened to the Alliance, but I cannot accept what happened to the Night Elves. It is disgusting. God. That was like the nail in the coffin when I, because I still like WoW. I'm still gonna play regular WoW sometimes, but like that's just the nail in the coffin most of the time for like later on lore. Even when I do get around to doing like a warlock on retail that levels up through all the zones, I'm still not gonna love their lore. That's not gonna make any difference. So you get those cuffs. Immaculate condition. Not really sure what they're worth, but it'll be something. Thanks for the trouble, warrior.
Hurry back!
Hello, Tauren. Taurens will always be a funny race to me.
What you need.
I love them.
Be
I love
good.
everything about them, but they're still not my favorite race. I don't know why. I always like the idea of Minotaur characters, even ones that you play as. That's why I was disappointed that by the time I was able to start playing Shadowbane, I could have started playing Shadowbane. It was already pretty much done. Shadowbane was a MMO, it was also the only game I watched my dad play growing up, because all the other games he let me play, but I think it's because it was of the greater time investment and the harder for like a 6-year-old to focus on a RPG like this, I would imagine. That's probably why he didn't let me get into it, as well as the possibility of accidentally deleting characters of his, which I also completely understand. Whereas a game like the original Call of Duty, since there's no profiles to get deleted, unlike the later ones, well, some of the later ones, I say later ones. The ones that came, I would say Call of Duty 4, some of the ones that came after, there was like a profile system that could have gotten deleted. But the original Call of Duty, there was not even a rank outside of the temporary rank you got during Call of Duty United Offensive games. So, other than changing the profile, changing the name of how I would appear in that game, there's no other difference about me playing Call of Duty when he on his own computer. Anyways, I'm getting off topic. Shadowbane had a lot of interesting things from what I remember seeing, and like what I've learned. And I learned more about it later on, I would say, more than I did actually watching him. But still, it's definitely a game I wanted to get into when I was younger. And I'm pretty sure there's probably like private servers or something for it, and maybe I'll check it at some point. But I don't know. Not entirely sure. Jewel. So that actually reminds me. So I'm not sure. The other reason why I haven't decided is because when it comes to, if I do the high elf priest, I have no idea exactly what I'm gonna have her do for professions. I'm gonna send her materials, and she's gonna buy them otherwise. But that's why I'm not sure if I want to do that character just yet. Because even though the night elf priest will be is pretty much the same case, I'm actually making a separate character that's connected to that one. So, I don't know. The reason I say it though is because... Oop, focus on this right. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Don't think I can survive this anymore. What? Yeah, I'm dead. Sorry. Oh. No, oh, he slowed me down at the same time I slowed him down. Oh, no. Oh, God. I'm alive with... Oh, not for long. Jesus. I don't like running, but, yeah, that was pretty much my only option there. I'm going back to kill him, though. He ain't getting away with that. I should have been paying attention. That was my bad. But the whole reason I was bringing them up at all is because the high elf priest, if I do the character, is going to be either doing... Well, there's another possibility of her doing alchemy and herbalism, or alchemy slash tailoring slash jewel crafting. Pretty much between those three, and if I choose alchemy, there's also potential potential second profession being herbalism. Whereas for the priest, I'm having 2 different characters made if I do the Night Elf Priest. And the priest herself will be doing tailoring and jewelcrafting, no alchemy. And the second character will pretty much be giving her the stuff she needs, mining and not herbalism, sorry, skinning. Now, what was it? One thing I was also thinking of for the Night Elf characters is I was going to do challenges on both of them. For one, I was thinking about doing the another traveling craftsman, since I was doing both jewel crafting and tailoring. I'm still on the fence if I'm going to do that or not. But because of what I found out, and I think I brought it up previously, the priest can equip bows if you're a night elf. And while it's not exactly good from what I was reading, like it doesn't, it works fine, I think, but it's not as good as having a wand. So I'm not sure if I'll do it or not. At some point, I'm gonna have the character equip it in the first place. But if I do the traveling craftsman one, she can't equip it at all since I can't make them. So one possibility is that I do the traveling craftsman and just not equip a bow, since I'm doing a hunter anyways. It's kind of like a the same. Because I think I mentioned it previously. The whole idea is that it's a Priestess of the Moon character, and while the priest is the main character, there's a second character that is specifically for the that's going to be a hunter. Oh wow, there's 2 more veins, I think. One of them might be one of the quests though. But the one's gonna be a hunter, one's gonna be a priest. The hunter is gonna be the secondary character and a lot less important. But they are generally archers as well, which I would get rid of the thing entirely if there wasn't another reason why the hunters are. Sorry, if there wasn't another reason why why doing a hunter was a good idea with beasts. I have to attack this one, I think. Because not only are most night elves in general, but Priestess of the Moon have their own connections to their frost sabers, which I feel like would be too good of a fit to actually and should still have as a possibility, at least for one of their characters. But owls are another thing. They are close to owls, and I feel like having a hunter that has a owl and a night frost saber along with other creatures, of course, since the hunter can also use a bow, would be too good would be too fitting, more or less. The character would definitely be a marksman beastmaster. Let's see something gets in vain. Oh, that's down there. Yeah, well, just fight this one before I do anything else. It would be a marksman beastmaster, and yes, it would be another hunter, and I'm doing one now, which is another reason why I'm not sure about doing it, especially saying it out loud. Like I'm gonna have 3 hunters going at the same time, and none of them are ones I'm actually. Well, none of them would be ones I'm completely doing. Like obviously, Lunaeriel's kind of fallen by the wayside, but I'm gonna go back to him. I actually am working on his character a little bit more right now, not like gameplay wise, just literally like I'm just trying to think out his character. Because originally I was thinking about doing a high elf mage who was gonna be a little too similar to Lunaeriel, so I'm not too sure. Warrior is another possibility too, but I don't know. I still got to decide what I'm doing between them, anyways. But I am keeping Lunaeriel in mind. He's not gone or anything. I just have a lot of characters I want to play, so.
No.
The Cursed Bramblethorn Pass. It eases my mind to know that we may just be a little bit more safe in our somewhat isolated position. I thank you for that. Gorous Thorn Crusher. Oh, there's another one in Bramblethorn Pass. Whoops. Well, I guess I probably should have waited. I probably should have just done the up one first, but sorry, guys. I'll go back up there and do this. When the dwarves first arrived in Stonetalon and had built Bael Hardul, a mighty quillboar ruled over Bramblethorn Pass. He was named Goras Thorncrusher and was quite a formidable enemy. After many battles with the quillboar, Goras was slain, though his indomitable spirit remains perched atop of Bramblethorn Pass, still occupying his throne. His hatred for our kind is unmatched, and it is only a matter of time until his soul comes for vengeance. We must put an end to such evil.
Safe travel.
Let's see. He is yellow. This quest, I'm really heavily focusing on Bramblethorn Pass right now, so it's way too good of a quest to ignore right now, so. But yeah, so I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing with Lunaeriel a little bit more, but no matter what, if I do the mage, Lunaeriel is not gonna like disappear because it's pretty much going to embody the war aspects of the character I like, as well as, and then if I were to do a mage, I wouldn't necessarily have them be the same character on like the Priestess of the Moon. I don't really have a reason to do that. But the mage would encompass the actual what was it? Sorry, I'm losing my train of thought here. He would the mage would encompass his more. Why can I not think of the word right now? The knowledgeable aspects of it, I guess. I know that's not the right word I'm looking for. I just can't think of it. Scholarly, that's the words. Because I want that character to be more of a scholar type character, but we'll see. We'll see what I decide to do. Once I figure it out. There are a lot of different characters I like to work on at the same time, anyways. And honestly, the fact that I am thinking of all these characters without getting a headache all the time anymore is really nice. Because back where maybe it really was the environment, but I couldn't really think too much without getting a headache. That sounds really bad because I'm kind of oh god damn, this guy's stuck. That guy was a lot tougher than I was expecting him to be. I should have been paying attention to that fight more. Jesus Christ. Well, I'm alive at any event, so yay. Should have definitely used probably should have let my character drink a little bit. I just realized, what's the alcohol I got? Oh, just mead. Whatever. My character likes alcohol no matter what. But Thunderbrew Lager is going to be one of his favorites. But yeah, so Dueling with Alien is something I'm going to decide on. None of my characters are gone, as you could tell. Like I just got back to Kazaghal. I was in the mood to play the character, so here he is. Lorethiel, especially with the priest character I have in mind, is a little bit more up in the air. She's not going to go anywhere, I don't think, anyways, but we'll see. Because in any event, Lorethiel was a recreation of the original character I had in mind, and no, Lorethiel's not going anywhere. Lorethiel's a completely separate character from any of the other characters, more or less.
Great to meet you.
Goras Thorncrusher. You certainly have eased the troubled mind. Many a stronger dwarf than me fell at the hands of Goras, and I hope not to be another. I thank you for everything you've done for us. Take this as a token of my thanks.
See you soon.
Alright, well, I still have too much time in the videos to just stop now, so... Oh, sell that, yeah. But one thing I will need to do before I go anywhere else is... smelting. I got a lot of copper and a lot of tin. Chances are I'm going to go follow up the story now, I think, and go kill the named orc up in Ashenvale. But we'll see. So I'm not sure what character I'm going to do next outside of my Forsaken Warlock. Because I still want to figure out exactly how I want the priest character to work. Because even though because I'm tempted to have the Night Elf Priestess just be somehow connected to my character, my Warlock character. But I don't feel like that's a good fit. Especially because you actually have to kind of be religious as a Night Elf to actually gain this, to actually use Elun's magic. So, I say Elun's magic, but her light, whatever you want to call it. But the, whereas, I don't know. I guess you could still blend in, but since I wanted Holy Magic to be a focus, even more so on that character, it wouldn't be a good idea to do that. Have the priestess be connected to the warlock. So chances are I am gonna have the High Elf priest in any event, and that character is gonna be a Shadow Priest focus more, I think. We'll see though. I'm probably gonna do both characters just because I like ideas for both characters separate. So. Plus, my Warlock likes the idea of using orcs, whereas the Night Elf Priestess, I would imagine want to fight. I'd want her to fight orcs as a focus, not as a focus, but because pretty much all my characters don't like orcs. That's one thing I probably should say. They either don't like orcs, they want to control the orcs, I guess. Oh crap! I just realized how much I'm creating. I might need to actually clear up some space somehow. I can make something now and just sell it, but I'd rather sell them on the auction house, so anything I make now would kind of be a waste. Let me check something. I want to make sure I can actually fly anywhere, because I'm pretty sure part of the issue with the with this was that I can't go anywhere.
What can I do for you?
Yep, nope. Because there was a similar issue on Arisandra, from what I remember, trying to fly anywhere. Because to go to Desolus from here, to get to Desolus from Ratchet, I had to actually have my character discover Ashara and Ashenvale and Stonetalon. I think I had to do Stonetalon. I might have been able to skip that one before I could go to Desolus. So I would imagine here is the same story. I might even have to go to Stonetalon Peak. I said Pink like 3 times. But I'm definitely got to go to Ashenvale at a minimum. So we'll see though. So for what I have left, I am probably gonna go. I could do Pursuing Harmony, I suppose, but I'm gonna do the Battlebeard Legacy. So it might be a bit longer because it's gonna be a bit of a travel time. But if I do anything on the way there, I want to keep it on camera. So let's show off the rest of the new area before it goes into an area that's more familiar. Quite like Bramblethorn Pass though, and Balehard Duel. It's definitely probably one of my favorite things that they've added to. Well, I wouldn't say favorite things. Maybe I could still say that. I guess I don't know, because I do like a lot of what Turtle WoW has done. So that list would be a little too long to say where this one would sit. But it's a really good fit for Stonetalon Mountains. I feel like Stonetalon Mountains is a great area for dwarves to be in, because you already have the Venture Company ruining the area. When I have dwarves who are a little bit better than goblins, who are actually allies with the Night Elves, be here. Obviously, the dwarves being out this far, it doesn't really make too much sense. But you could say that they could have said they were connected to other dwarves too. Oh, actually, there's a deep moss here. It's deep moss for that quest, right? Let's see. Wow. I am a warrior to be reckoned with. Missing on the first hit. Oh, I also need to redo the sharpening stone. Oh, got one already. Nice. I am probably gonna want to figure out the space on my character too before the next recording. But it looks like I am gonna be able to ignore most of the stuff around here. I am gonna put this on anyways, because it's probably gonna be in the next half an hour anyways. So. I think this is a path right here. Doesn't look like it, but. Well, I mean, it does look like it. I meant it doesn't look like it on the map. Actually, seeing that there was this young Pride Wing. Are you okay? Yeah, he's okay. I just realized how different this area looks compared to later. There's still quite a few trees, even though the Venture Company are here. But this is a huge. This area is hugely focused on the Horde vs Alliance conflict and Cataclysm. Oh, so one thing I was saying earlier is what I thought about the Cataclysm version of it. I was saying I didn't really like it too much as the Alliance, and I didn't like what the Horde was doing. But I think another reason why I didn't, one thing that bothered me with Cataclysm in general was that the Garrosh was shown to have learned something about honor, kind of thing, after the questline here, because of something that somebody, I think it was High Warlord Chromosh. I can't remember the character's name, but he did some really dark things, and Garrosh actually didn't like that he did that. He also threatened to kill a player character too as part of the story because he helped him along the way. But but the thing that sucked was the fact that it pretty much did a complete. He supposedly learned something from the fight here, or from the mercy that Atorn had requested Garrosh to show the player. But then he does a complete 180 and just like he's just evil. Not that I like Garrosh as a character. He's just dark. He's like pretty much everything evil about a orc except demons. Like, except for other than the fact he hates demons and fell, he's the darkest of orcs in general. Jesus Christ. Kind of curious. But I think Garrosh was a good villain, though. He was definitely a good villain. He's definitely the type of orc I, as an Alliance character, love the idea of going up against. Just story-wise. Because, this is what I saw. A camp. Cool. I wonder this quest that will send me here for some reason. But what I more mean is I like the idea of orcs as villains a lot of times. I don't mind that there's good orcs, of course. I quite like that idea too. Honorable. The ones that focus more on honor than anything else. But I love orcs as an enemies. And even though World of Warcraft was like the first like was the first MMO I got into and the first like lore I got into so heavily, I more fell in love with like Lord of the Rings orcs. Because even though I watched the movies as a kid, I didn't know everything that was going on as much as when I'm like 6 or 7 years old or something. I mean, I understood what was going on, but I don't know. I like orcs as evil minions type thing more than the good orcs that you see later on. Wandering elemental. So, let's see this. Just beyond the town deep. Head westward to the ruins of Stardust. So it was west. I figured it was west, but I wasn't sure. Now this area is a bit tougher, but it should be fine. Surprised that the quest is yellow, I will say. Because if the regular mobs in this area are pretty much my level, I would have thought that the character would have been tougher. Oh, I just realized I never actually put anything in. This isn't exactly where my dwarf would normally be found in, but for the quest, I am willing to come here, especially for the honor of another dwarf or vengeance. I will head to Ashranar and try to figure out where I could have picked up the other quests, because I feel like there might be someone to talk to over here. He's scouting here. I doubt he'd be in the middle. Oh, right here. We're gonna do this drunk, and we're gonna heal up a little bit of health I'm missing. Alright, time to get the dwarf his axe back. Is level 21. I didn't even go to the class trainer. I just realized I didn't even think about that in the previous recording. Huh. One thing I kind of wish I did was make the inn my home for because now I have to walk all the way back. I think I might actually cut this part out, but we'll see. The yeah, actually I'm gonna cut this out because when I get there, I'll turn the quest in, but I'm going to also look up to see if I can find out if I have something to do for my warrior class and see what abilities I'm going to possibly get, because it would be worth going all the way back for something new, or especially for a quest. And whatever I do for that quest will be in this, if there is a quest, I'll do it in this video. Which will give me even more to do. Seriously, the calming night elf music is so beautiful. The elven music is always just the best one, in my opinion, of course. It's just, especially the night elves. So as much as I love the high elves, and the high elves are still probably my preferred. Hang on a second, did I pass the thing? No, I think it's still ahead. Even though technically high elves are still my preferred elven race, I think maybe, possibly, I don't know. The night elves with their care for nature and the calming music is just very nice. Plus, one thing I love about night elves versus like dark elves or wood elves is the fact that because even though it's a combination of a dark elf and wood elf, but the focus more on wood elves, I would imagine, is the fact that their culture focuses on nighttime. They are a nocturnal race who worship the moon. I absolutely love that because nighttime is, even though I've become more of a daytime person, and who knows if that'll change again in the future. It really depends on work, I will say, or if I can go back to being a night person. Because I will say, as much as it's been easy to be up in the morning, it just doesn't feel the same to me. I get more time in the day getting up earlier, I will say, but if I can get used to how quiet it is up here, I would prefer being up at night again. I love how quiet it is at night. Well, it's quiet no matter what now, but just nighttime is a lot more beautiful to me, and most people, I would imagine, with the stars and the moon. But it's more peaceful, even up here in general. I would say it's more peaceful at night because people are asleep. There's no loud people out and about really. Although you could say that the loudest people are up at night too, because outside of work, parties and everything would go on during the evening. Oh, I messed this on my way through. Oh, it's a good thing I passed on my way through. That is a school level NPC. Oh wait, I thought I couldn't. I can actually collect them. What can I get from this? Just eggs, or is it gonna give me a mob that will attack me, or poison? Nope, just sticky spider webbing. I wonder if I could get something from them though. Other than that, I mean. Oh yeah. Oh, I just realized I said I was gonna be cutting out the recording, but here I am, having walked all the way here, more or less. I'm just gonna keep in the recording. Sorry about that, guys. But yeah, I love the night elves though, and the high elves, of course. Like I said, it's why I'm kind of surprised I didn't do a night elf character yet. But I think that's mostly because the night elves don't really have too much new for them. Mount Hyjal notwithstanding, Mount Hyjal isn't exactly specifically for them. I would imagine that's good for any race to go to, especially orcs, humans, and night elves, I would say. But, and Tauren. Yeah, pretty much any race, though, I would definitely say. But still, Hyjal is very important to the night elves, so whenever I get around to playing the priestess character, and probably eventually the druid, Hyjal is definitely going to be their end zone to go to. The only reason why some other zones also work out well, especially for the druid, is because I like a lot of my characters being more of a heal. They go to like more dead zones to heal or to get rid of the corruption. What I'm talking about is pretty much like Burning Legion or Scourge, especially the Scourge and the Plaguelands. The Plaguelands need to be healed. And any characters of mine that would focus on healing, it would be a better fit to have them. It would be a good fit to have them go there. And the same is said about the any Fell Taint. Especially with Fellwood, though. But you still have areas like Blasted Lands that may possibly get healed, but I don't think it could get healed since it's pretty much just like leaking, I guess. I don't know. I don't know exactly how to explain it. It's because of the Dark Portal, though. I don't think it has anything to do with the Fell presence there. I think it's just more the Fell presence is there because of the Dark Portal, and the area was dying because of the Dark Portal. I think. I'm not even sure if that was original lore, or if that was later on or not, but no, actually that might be later on lore, come to saying it now. So I think in one of the books for Beyond the Dark Portal or something, it was said how the Blasted Lands was looking more and more like the other side of the portal, Hellfire Peninsula. But I think it was also said at one point that the orcs were what drained the life from the land, because it used to be the Black Morass, which I do want to actually do on this character as well, I will say. That's the other one. I'm going to turn this quest in first. And I will say, even though I probably Honestly, I need to think, I think.
Peace be with you.
Pursuing harmony. There is no doubt in my mind that nature is being disturbed. Why, I must say, you have certainly gone above and beyond what I have asked. This is quite a perfect specimen and will help me with my work. Conflicting questions. A look of displeasure marks Malloran's features. It would appear my research has proven me correct. Whilst the deep moss population is in a state of increased aggressiveness, there is something more, lingering just beneath it all. I sense corruption of a magical sort, and this finding has left me with more questions than answers. A friend of mine named Falden Moonshatter has taken upon himself to study the corruption of Firbolg and Ashenvale. Perhaps he may have some answers as to how such a thing could have happened. You can find Falden within Ashenar, at the heart of Ashenvale itself. Well,
Farewell.
reading his thing, I was being reminded that I meant to go to Ashenar, but seeing as I need to go there anyways, this kind of works out.
Pie?
Let's try to clear up some space. Bear gallbladder. Interesting. Sticky webbing.
Off with you.
But yeah. So I'm going to go turn this quest in, and I'm assuming there's not going to be any other quests from him. I said I'm going to do more in this recording, and I still think I'm going to do it, but actually, hang on, let me look at this real quick. So, if I wait to do the warrior quest for next time... Exploring in peace. I still have those two to do, and then that one to do. And I think I am going to call after I turn this quest in, actually. This video's gone on long enough. I've done quite a bit of combat, so I'm not worried about it being too much walking around. I will save the warrior quest for next time, I think, which will actually probably be done right after this, because if I'm being honest, I'm in the mood to keep this up.
How are you?
The Battlebeard Legacy. Each second that orc breathes is longer that my family remains dishonored. The sight of the axe nearly brings a tear to Grumnir's eyes. I cannot believe it. After all of these years, and finally before me again. You have honored our family beyond belief and given me justice and relief. I will not forget this moment, Kazaghal.
Be good.
Well, alright, like I said, that will be the end of that. I think I will do the warrior quest in the next episode. So honestly, I think when you see me next, I'll actually be turning this quest in, or potentially talking to the other guy that I haven't gone and seen yet. I'm also going to look up these quests to see what else there is to do with them, to see how much I'm going to have for the next one. Probably do it before I actually head away, but we'll see. Alright, so I think that's everything then. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope I'll see you in the next one. Thank you for watching.